Alright guys, I want to do a quick review today on my new tires, winter tires. These are the Hakkapeliitas made by Nokian. These are the Hakkapeliitas 9. Well, they follow the trend of the older, the number 8 and 7, and a little bit different. And yeah, this video is really to showcase you how they run, how they drive in the snow. This year I didn't take the studded tires. Last year I had Nokian Hakkapeliitas S8 SUV with studs. This year I decided not to, so I'll give you my feedback on those. So let's take a look here. You see them. This is the tread. Last year I had a different profile. These running a set of SXT winter wheel mags from the Charger, and last year I had a 235 55 R18, and this year I went with a taller tire, 235 60 18. And it makes a big difference, and the difference is really it brings the car up half an inch, and it really improves the winter handling, especially when there's a lot of snow. Last year I could feel that it used to rub underneath the exhaust and the whole underneath belly pan from the car, and it was quite annoying. And this year I didn't want this, and I wanted to take a try out with a standard tire with no studs, and to see how different it drives, and as far as I can tell right now, with the condition we had, which is light snow, we did have a big snowstorm, about 2.5 inch on it, and you can see the footage here while I'm driving. But other than that, it's less noisy than with the studded, and that was the big reason why I didn't take the studded on this year. It's so noisy, and especially since we have such a great plowing service here, the roads are fairly always on the asphalt, except when it's snowstorms there, but otherwise, the conditions are very good. Obviously, the studded helps on the icy condition, and when you brake, especially, the brake on these are especially good now. We had some early icy condition, and it's not as good, but it's good. It's not bad. Rubber is super soft, and it's going to wear a lot faster than if you had the studded. And the studded always protects the rubber a little bit because you're kind of gliding on the studs most of the time when you're on the asphalt. So I had studded on tires that you could barely see any usage after two winters, just because of the studs. On these one here, you're going to see a lot of wear, and they're not going to last as long, that's for sure. These are probably the top performer on their tier, and really the compound makes the big difference. I was checking to compare with my the winter tires that came with my set of Hellcat wheels, and those are made in China, and you can tell the rubber on that thing is not actually, you can compare that rubber to plastic. I mean, it was so hard, I couldn't believe they called that a winter tire, because as soon as it got cold, that thing was so slippery. It's just, it's actually, a Michelin summer tire would probably perform a lot better than those tires. And that thing was just horrible. The rubber, plastic was too hard. These are really soft rubber for winter. And I think the key is held the main difference. you shop for winter tires, if you ever shop for used winter tires, the important thing here is the manufacturing date, and it's the digit following the dot. The dot word is going to be another 4 letters following it, and at the end there's going to be the circled 4 letters. So this case here is 3218. So this means it's been made on the 32nd week of 2018. So this tire is 2 years old, going on 3 next probably August. So you always want to check that out, because especially for winter tires, because of the cold, and the colder temperature, the rubber it won't last as long, And the last set of rubber that I had, you could actually see at the bottom here, it could started to crack, just here at the edge of the wheel. You saw the rubber crack, and that tire was about 7 or 8 years old. So, winter tires, it's important to check the date, because the older they get, they just get rotted and kind of dried up, and then lose air, or you'd be potentially, putting yourself in danger if it flat or an exploded tire. So summer's not as bad, because summer, you get unless you're really in a hot climate. But here, if you're a mild to moderate hot climate, it's fine. You can run 7, 6, 7, 8 years old tire, I guess. So how do these fare in the snow? Well, right now in this snowstorm we got it, I can't really complain. I really like the height of the car now. It's a little bit more higher, and I don't hear as much scrubbing underneath the car, and that's great. The Challenger winter is pretty good. I had the Magnum and the 300. 300 was not as good as the Challenger. It was a taller vehicle, and it seemed to be longer. It was longer, and the rear end was a little bit lighter. This is more compact. I think the weight of the rear is more balanced, so you can actually, you get a little bit more traction than 300 had. And for the Magnum, well, the Magnum was a little bit heavier, so I guess that it felt about a little bit heavier than this Challenger, and in the snow it felt really good. The problem with the Magnum, it didn't have as much as a good traction control and stability control than this model here. So this has been revised in the early 2010 or 12 or 13, and the traction control now is very good. Alright, so thanks for watching. Come again. I wish you all the best for the new year. Hopefully it's going to bring a lot more adventures and outdooring this year, 2021. Hopefully we won't get as much confined. And let's see if we can get out of this pandemic and move on with our lives. So I wish you, everyone, all my subscribers, anyone watching this, a great and new 2021. Cheers.